Will Kenny Omega be the next person to hold the men's World Heavyweight Championship in All Elite Wrestling? My name is ColmAhern, and I'm going to find out as I continue to book AEW in TEW 2016. Okay, I'm not going to go into the ins and outs of how this game works, right? Consider this part 5 of the AEW and TEW 2016 history. However, whereas those other videos, they were live streams, this one and going forward, any other TEW videos that I do, they will be in this clipped up, cut out, let's play format. And maybe I should clip that bit there again and do it. Whatever, it's fine. You get it. So the last show was a rip-roaring success. A B-, which is our highest rated show yet. I don't think TNT were all that happy. I've deleted the email since, which is good. That's what you should do. If you get bad emails from your boss, just get rid of them, right? You don't need that negativity in your life. So there's one more episode of Dynamite before the big show, the big first pay-per-view of the year in Revolution. And if we look at the storylines, which are there, very good, we can see a couple of these that will be taking place on the show. So, for example, the tag title program, SCU Private Party, the women's title, Riho, Penelope Ford, Nyla Rose, Orange Cassidy, obviously, and Pac. The Young Bucks, that's the main event. That's Kenny Omega and Jericho for the men's title. I do have the Young Bucks and Santana and Ortiz down there. Cody Rhodes versus Marty Scurll. Jurassic Express versus Lucha Brothers. This four-way. Hangman, MJF, Spears, and Angelico. And I have Britt Baker, B. Priestley, Shanna, and Big Swole as well. Now, this storyline has... it's gone down like a lead balloon. So, the Joey Janela, Sonny Kiss versus Dark Order storyline, good luck. Yeah, that was... I was trying to be, a caring boss and use all of the employees that I had at my disposal, but people just didn't really take to it. And also, this one, the Bunny and Hikaru Shida, which actually ended on a high note. We blew off that storyline on the last AEW Dynamite. So that too can end. Chris Statlander and Sadie Gibbs, we on the next episode of Dynamite, we will have the blow-off match. And then I think, the rest of them then would be programs that will potentially conclude, or maybe the first chapter of them will close on the night of AEW Revolution. While I've been trying to push a lot of the younger lads in, say, Jungle Boy, Orange Cass... Well, actually, I don't know what age Orange Cassidy is, but, Anyway, I've been trying to push a lot of the newer talent, the fresher talent, the freshly squeezed talent. Some of these, Private Party, another one, so on and so forth. A lot of my established wrestlers, well, they haven't taken too kindly to it. Like, look, Nick Jackson is kicking off, Frankie Kazarian, Pac is Wicked to Broad Cross, Pentagon, Shima. What's Peter Avalon crossover? I'm happy with my current... What? Annoyed at being left off AEW Dynamite. With all due respect. So the question I asked at the start of this show was, will Kenny Omega be the next AEW champion? And to be quite honest, at this stage, I'm not quite sure yet. After again, if you've been following along, the first couple of weeks, I was just about having weddings and funerals and all that type of thing on each show. TNT weren't that happy. So I've tried to steady the ship somewhat. And looking at what the game has deemed like the most popular people on my roster, like Kenny Omega, he's my number one franchise player. Chris Jericho, John Moxley, Cody, and Pac. I need to get Pac back on side big time. And Nyla Rose is a hot prospect, so maybe I should put the women's title on her. I was seriously considering it anyway. I mean, there are issues in terms of promos, because Jim Ross is my number 4 and Dustin Rhodes is my number 5. Or maybe I should put Dustin Rhodes in a program. There are issues, I suppose, with regards games like this, management games, where you're trying to take yourself out of a reality kind of headset, because the things that work in real life may not work in the game, and you need more numbers based, at least from what I've seen with TEW over my couple of weeks playing it. This is one aspect that I don't really look at, actually, my news feed, and I probably should, because, for example, is Tanahashi, can I sign him? Ouch, Tana. So taking that into account, the fact that I haven't really looked at my newsfeed all that much, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to see... So we're in February. Let's see if we can find... So there's worker leaving. Let's just check WWE. And for the laugh, is NXT a separate thing? So let me check that. It is, as is NXT. But first of all, let's see WWE, and if anyone has left WWE in 2020. I don't want to be the whole cast-offs thing, but if I can find someone that maybe they're not utilising, a future Cody Rhodes perhaps, but one area of AEW that I need to strengthen is the women's division. So that would be, holy shit, Walter? Can I get Walter? Well, I mean, I still need to strengthen the women's division. But, you know, my Walter division is quite lacking at the minute as well. How much does Walter cost? $2,500 for a written deal or $8. Oh. That's... Okay, I need to do some serious thinking. Walter is ranked the 14th in the Power 500, which is basically like the 500 best wrestlers at the minute, I believe, in the game. I am gonna have a think about what I'm gonna table Walter for the second, but definitely what I'm gonna come back to. So after going through the Power 500, I'm after shortlisting a couple of people. Now, some of these people, like Kevin Steen, for example, he's under a written deal, so I don't know. I'm hoping because I put him on my shortlist, I'll get updates if he's ever out of contract or whatever. Like Ricochet's on there too. Becky Lynch, Jay White. I'm one of the few who like him, it appears. Asuka, Okada. You know, some are hitting hopes, really. However, after spotting that Walter was available, check Tyler Bate. The lad can be signed. And also, Will Ospreay. Boss, thanks for considering bringing Will Ospreay in. It'll be great to get to spend more time with him. Obviously, Will and B, a couple. Will Ospreay also up for grabs. And Zack Sabre Jr., Jimmy Havoc, delighted with the idea of bringing Zack in, as is Marty Scurll, also available. That has... it's made me consider a type of... It's maybe a bit cliche, but a type of British invasion. I wouldn't call him a British invasion. I wouldn't kind of nail down. It would just happen to be a couple of English lads who grew up together on the scene. But I think that as a faction would be quite exciting, with either Pac or Marty Scurll at the helm in all likelihood. Because also, after looking at Creative Meeting and... where is it? Hot Prospects. Kip Sabian is my number one hot prospect. So I could have a mental stable with all them. Yeah, I've kind of convinced myself now. Let's stick an offer on Tyler Bate, because he's very good, to be fair. And we can get him... We can get him on a written contract for $2,900 per month, which, like, for a man of his quality and his age, that's pretty good. So let's sign Tyler Bate. So with that in mind, I am just gonna set up a stable before. Can I just put in a British invasion? I don't want to call it that. I really sincerely don't. So it would be great. Can I change the name? I can. Terrific. Okay, well, I am going to add, there's just, before we kick it off, I am going to add these people to a stable. I'm going to add Pac, Marty Scurll. I just think it would be quite good. The only problem is you have two big heel stables, but so Pac and Marty Scurll, Kip Sabian, and that's all I have at the minute. Major member, minor member. But the idea would be that I would have what's his name? The little man I just mentioned, Tyler Bate. I'd have him in there as well. And yeah, I know I mentioned Will Ospreay, Zack Sabre Jr. Maybe not right this second. Because I think that's too much. It's too top heavy, really. Contract offer to Tyler Bate has been accepted. The agreed terms are below. He's happy with what I gave him. So upon signing, Tyler, you would be a heel. Is that alright? And you would be an... Let's stick him as a mid-carder right now. But there's room to grow. There's always room to grow. So let's complete that contract and let's get Tyler Bate in the door. You've signed Tyler Bate to a contract. Yes! The British invasion is happening, or whatever we'll call it. England. Jesus, I'd love to sign Walter as well. How much is he? Walter's nothing. Walter is actually costs nothing. I'm going to get him on a pay per appearance because he's a handy man to have, surely, on the books. Zack Sabre Jr. is just a ferocious price. I know Jimmy Havoc would love to have his pal here, as would Marty Scurll. So maybe he's $2,100 per appearance. RevPro have offered him $2,600 per appearance. Give him an exclusive of $2,600. Which I think is what they're giving him, isn't it? They're not giving him a downside. And I'll give him a downside of $1,500. I'll give him a downside of $1,800. I don't know why I'm trying to play hardball with this man. He's brilliant. Zack Sabre Jr. rival bid update. RevPro have altered the terms of their contract to Zack Sabre Jr. Your contract negotiations with Zack Sabre Jr. have ended as he doesn't want to give up his other deals by signing an exclusive pay per appearance contract. Has he gone up in price? Shit. 2.6, $2,000 a month. Make new offer. I'd accept these terms and consider signing for you unless a better offer comes my way in the future. Your contract offer to Walter has been accepted. The agreed terms are shown below. So I've got him on a pay per appearance for 3 years. Yes, you would be a heel. That's great. I think that's fine to to have a couple of fellas. I like the old territory days. Like I might bring Walter in for a 2-month spell leading up to the next pay-per-view, and then after that, send him on his merry way. Maybe he'll come back in another bit. So I think I should probably look at signing more people onto those types of deals. Might be something in that. I need to assign Walter a position, which would be that of a... It kind of depends on the day, really. I'm going to put him as an upper mid-carder. And... What's recommend push? The recommended push for Walter is as a mid-carder. That's handy. I'll do that then. Save. Cool. That's probably one thing I should look at, is my roster and what they're actually set to. Because Adam Page is here, and he's down as an upper mid-carder. Alex Reynolds is down as a mid-carder. He should be enhancement talent, like. So I'm going to have a go. I'm going to have a little look through these and change them. I'm feeling he'll be cross about this. Nope. Maybe he hasn't noticed yet. Okay, that is all of my pushes sorted, I believe. I have a couple of fresh faces coming into the promotion as well, which is good. And I'm pretty happy about where AEW will be post-Revolution. But as I said, need to focus on pre-Revolution and Revolution as well. So let's book a professional wrestling show. Yeah, hold on. Let me have a look at what last week's show entailed. Dark Order beat Adam Page and Shawn Spears. So Moxley cut a promo about Darby Allin. It was a tag match. Angelico beat Joey Janela. Jericho promo about Omega. Omega didn't cut a promo on Jericho, so I could have that. He beat Jake Hager. Marty Scurll and Pac defeated Cody and Dustin Rhodes, which is a tag team. That's why the whole British Invasion, but again, not that name, all right? But that's why that idea came into my head. Because they have, just because, I don't know, because of certain circumstances, it sort of worked out. So I might even run a 6-man with Marty, Pac, and Kip Sabian against Cody, Dustin, and someone else. I don't know. I'll come back to that. Let's start the show by announcing a Jon Moxley appearance, because the people, they love him. They fucking love that Jon Moxley. So give the people what they want. So I haven't used this yet, which is the modern TV opening. One wrestler comes out to the ring usually to open the show. After some microphone work, another wrestler appears and they end up having a back and forth argument. It ends with them agreeing to meet later on in a singles match. And I think because Chris Jericho recently faced Nick Jackson and beat him, Chris Jericho can come out and, you know, you have to use your imagination a little bit. He's cutting a promo on Kenny and the Bucks and saying, oh, they're all useless. I beat Nick last week. I'm going to beat Kenny at Revolution. Then Matt comes out and says, you haven't beaten me. So that's what we're going to run with. And because these two are pretty hot on the microphone, I think this works. So we're going to add that and then look at probably main eventing the show with that. And then maybe Kenny Omega can come out in the post-match and run Jericho away as he's about to beat up Matt Jackson. Very simple, straightforward booking with two people that everything they touch seems to turn to gold. So again, give the people what they want. Stop fighting it, because that's what I've been doing. Or that's at least what I was doing for the first couple of weeks. So I said I was going to blow off this storyline between Chris Statlander and Sadie Gibbs, because people haven't really taken to it enough, I think, to run with it at Revolution. I do like Chris Statlander, so let's give Statlander the win over Gibbs. And let's have these two work the crowd, because it's the first match on the card. And I think that's probably all I really need with this, I'd say. So whilst building up the tag title program between Private Party and SCU, I've also had them in some three-way tag matches with other people, like the Best Friends, and I think they have one with Santana and Ortiz as well. So I want to put them in with the Butcher and the Blade. However, and in my head this works, I want to give Butcher, because I don't have a ranking system in this, so I don't need to worry about that. But I want to give Butcher and the Blade the win, which should set up a program then with Private Party, who I want to win the tag titles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the Blade pin. It's Isaiah Cassidy. It's kind of all the one, really. But this is happening the week before, so then next week we'll have an altercation between the two, and I think that it just makes sense, and this should be a pretty exciting match, I'd imagine. So then you have your British Invasion, which is an awful shame that it has called it that here, but I've called it that, so I've only myself to blame. But yeah, you have your British Invasion versus the Rhodes Brothers and Orange Cassidy because of the connection with Pac, whom he will be having a match with at the weekend. So that seems pretty solid. And I think, because Pac has been kicking off lately, the best thing is to have Pac beat Dustin Rhodes. Because Dustin Rhodes can afford to take a pinfall, and he won't kick off because he's taking a pinfall from a main eventer. So everyone should be happy here. That's the idea. Make it a storytelling match. Cody loves them. Oh, he loves them, he does. So I think I've got all of the main programs for this go-home show for Revolution. Starting with a Moxley appearance, then you have the promo between Jericho and Matt Jackson. And you have Chris Statlander and Sadie Gibbs. And I'm just going to check something. I thought I saw that a second ago. Yes. So you can end a different storyline. That's weird. But yeah. End that. That's cool. Didn't know that. Okay. So Statlander and Sadie Gibbs there. With Statlander going over. You have the Butcher the Blade, as I explained earlier. They will go over Private Party, setting up that. Then you have the British version. Sorry, I'll change that. That being formed. Then just like coming up later, there's your main event. Then you have your British Invasion. Again, I need to come up with something better. If you've got any suggestions, please let me know. Then you've, that against Cody, Dustin, and Freshly Squeezed. Then just like hype video, Kenny Omega training for his big match this weekend. Then we're just going to give Jon Moxley a win over Joey Janela. You know, he's in this wild brawl before his wild brawl against Darby Allin. Pentagon Jr. is going to go over Marco Stunt pretty quickly, and then Stunt's going to get beaten down by the Lucha Brothers. It's not explained where his pals are, but just pretend they're not there first for it. It's a valid reason, you know. We also have Awesome Kong and Brandy Rhodes, just kind of closing that out, really. Then Nyla promo about Riho. I'm going to kick your ass at Revolution. Matt Jackson getting ready. Chris Jericho versus Matt Jackson. And then Omega post-match attack. And oh my God, good God almighty, Revolution's going to be so wild. Join us this Saturday, folks. So on and so forth. That's the idea. I think that seems like a decent show. Fingers crossed TNT are happy. And you, the general public. That's the main thing. But also TNT. I really want TNT to be happy. So the show starts off well, a B-. This is of Jon Moxley, just the announcement that he's going to be there. The man's power is exceptional. That's good. Good, and the opening angle between Chris Jericho and Matt Jackson gets a B- as well. The show is off to a very good start. Let's see it go downhill. Oh, God. Okay. Well, you know, the storyline's ended anyway, so... God. D+, I thought that would get better. For your three-way tag. Bunny did some good work at ringside. I should probably look at these more. Butcher and the Bunny are a good pairing. The Blade and the Bunny have absolutely zero chemistry together. This is something I noticed a couple of weeks back. The Blade and the Bunny, the married couple, zero chemistry. The Butcher and the Bunny, they bounce off each other terrifically. You know... I suppose not everything behind closed doors translates well. I would Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Oh, it. Frankie Kazarian sustained a grade 2 groin strain in this match. Shit. I'm not sure what that means. I'll worry about that later because my brand new super powerful trio got a D. Good. The main event announcement got a C+. That's something. And the 6-man got a C. All right. That's positive. I'm happy with that. Do the people like Orange Cassidy? Excuse me. Do they love Orange Cassidy yet? Because they should. An in-ring performance of EP. Come on, Orange. I'm trying to push you to the moon here. You need to put in a shift. Oh, good. That's actually very good. Joey Janela and Jon Moxley got a C- for their match. There are a few, Jon Moxley, Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho, who it doesn't, and then the Young Bucks as well. It doesn't matter what they do, really. It'll just be, the people will go wild for it. And a D for that is okay. I'm actually pleasantly surprised with that. And Pentagon Jr. was the weak link. Well, there you go. Ooh, the beatdown didn't go too well. Look at this! C-. Wow! It's amazing. So Awesome Kong beat Brandy Rhodes in 6 minutes and it got a C-. That's great. That really is fantastic. And Awesome Kong is improving in performance skills. So whereas like in reality, Awesome Kong, her body just won't, I suppose it's just not held up. Which is grand. But in this, she could, I need to get her involved in the title program pretty quickly as well, I think. Matt Jackson just getting ready backstage. Got a C. Positive. Very, very positive. Oh, look at that. What a main event. B. In a superb match, Chris Jericho defeated Matt Jackson in 13 minutes with a code breaker. Quality. Everyone performed brilliantly. And the show closer, B+. Terrific. Good. That seemed like a decent show. A B- again. This is good, but I bet you that what's their names? TNT won't be happy. So into emails, Pentagon Jr. Mark Quinn has poor ring psychology. The kid is probably not worth keeping around. Chill out, Pentagon. He is and he will be. Let me see. AEW got a 1.72 TV rating, which I think is my highest yet. But still, TNT are not happy. They're looking for a B. But we're getting there. We're getting there. And yeah, Frankie Kazarian is injured. Forgot that. Does that put my tag title match in jeopardy? So let me medical. Balls. He's out for 20 days. That is a crying shame. Let me see here. Incident involving Joey Janela. Oh, it's all falling apart. What's Joey Janela has been identified as a soft drug user by the AEW drug testing policy. As the drug testing is done in-house, the press have not gotten hold of the story, so there's currently no potential for damage to company prestige. As his employer, you now have to choose how to deal with the situation. Oh, so what you're saying is, am I a narc or am I not? Take no action, slap in the wrist, stern warning, fire, sent to rehab, suspend, or... Oh, sorry, that's fine and that's fire. A slap on the wrist has only a very small probability of causing the worker to improve his behaviour, but has the advantage of having no risk of upsetting him. Well, I'll just tell him, like, you know, come on, Joy. Like, don't force me into making a decision I don't want to make. That's what I'm going with. Joey Janela has improved his behaviour as a result of your handling of this situation. Look, people skills. That's what I got. Do you want some? I have them to spare. I really need a better name than the British invasion, for the love of a god. It's the night of Revolution. And Eli Drake has won the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Well done, Eli Drake. He's a talented man. So we have a couple of emails before we go to the show. These are all ones I've seen. Jake Hager complained. Jake Hager is unhappy with the push you're giving him. He thinks it should be better. So, as you saw earlier, I was going in and changing all the pushes. Jake Hager was down as a main eventer. Come on. You know, you don't got that swagger anymore, pal. Yeah, I'm down as a mid-carder. I mean, I'll put you as an upper mid-carder if it will make you feel better. But, truth be told, it's not really going to change your placement on the roster that much. Right, so that's changed. Peter Avalon is unhappy with the push you're giving him. He thinks it should be better. What did I put him down as? Was it an opener? And a lower mid-carder. Come on. No, that's not happening. We can go into Revolution now, and it's going to be a great show. Yes, it is. Set broadcasters. That wasn't down, no? Okay, BR Live and ITV Box Office. May she rest in peace. So I'm looking at these locker room controls. I want to give a Paul Heyman style speech here. Your locker room controls are only available to you before a show when you have your roster assembled before you and all incidents have been handled. These controls allow you to take specific actions that directly impact the backstage harmony. These controls are primarily used for addressing problematic issues and so rarely need to be used in happy backstage environments. You may only use one action per night. The reason behind this is because we do have some unhappy people. Fuck it, Jon Moxley's unhappy. That's a shame. Nick Jackson is a negative influence. Dustin Rhodes is unhappy. Shima, I need to utilize him more, really. But let's do a public fight. No, we won't do that. Let's clear the air. Let's allow anyone who has any grievances to voice their concerns. And then we can, at the end, go, yeah, no, let's be brilliant and take on the world. And I'm sure that will no doubt happen. So, clear the air. Yes. Nick Jackson, who was very angry, aired his issues and got a small morale boost. Pac, who was annoyed, aired his issues and got a small morale boost. Pentagon Jr., who was angry, aired his issues and got a small morale boost. Shima, who was irritated, aired his issues and got a small morale boost. And so did the Librarian and Dustin Rhodes. And Jon Moxley. And Jake Hager. Jesus! There's a lot of people cross. And Dasha Gonzalez. And John Silver. And The Blade. And done. Lovely. Now, what's wrong with you, okay? Be happy. Okay, let's book a professional wrestling pay-per-view. So, I have all the major matches in my pre-booking thing. However, I need to consider what I'm going to do about the tag titles. That's really thrown a spanner in the works, which is terribly annoying. The best way, I think, to start this pay-per-view is to start off hot with Santana, Ortiz, and the Young Bucks. Because Nick Jackson is so cross, I'm going to have the Bucks win. He can pick up the pinfall. Doesn't really matter. Ortiz, whomever. And they can work the crowd. And that's, I think that's sort of all that needs. Second match on the card is this 4-way, which I in a roundabout way, or well, I was seeing it as a number one contenders match. However, because Awesome Kong, with her match against Brandy Rhodes, has pushed herself up the ladder, like straight away, maybe I'll add her to a sort of a 3-way type deal. What is Shannon rated overall? Like, her skills, weak, average, performance strong, physical strong, entertainment strong, very strong. I'm not really too sure how she stacks up against Britt Baker. Is she better? She might be. Average, week. Yeah. Then it is decided. After that, I think a good match would be Jon Moxley and Darby Allin. Again, right, I'm going to give Jon Moxley the win. I'm going to have Darby Allin, however, remain strong. So I think it's the keep, or is it protect? I think it's keep strong. This specifies that a certain worker should be made to look particularly good even though they are not winning the match. This is useful if you're trying to get somebody over and don't want the fact that they're not winning to derail their push. Yeah. I say Darby Allin to be kept strong. Because Jon Moxley's so popular anyway, he doesn't need like a properly decisive win. So that's probably the best there. He can still, like, you know, it's not going to be a shaky win or anything like that. He's still going to beat him properly. And a car crash, not a car crash, mayhem. This specifies that the aim of the match is intentionally chaotic, full of gimmicky spots, weapons. Yeah, I'm going to break up those matches first with Lucha Brothers versus Jurassic Express. I'm going to put them in between the John Moxley, Darby Allin and Cody, Marty Scurll. I think that's probably better. Because the aim of this program is to get Jungle Boy over big time, I want to help him in any way, shape or form. And I can do that by making him do either a crazy bump or a stunt bump. I don't know what the difference is. A crazy bump, this specifies that the worker selected should take a spectacularly dangerous bump during the match. This is useful for providing memorable moments and popping the crowd. And a stunt bump, what does that do? It will be through a specially gimmicked part of the ring or arena, thus making it safer than a crazy bump. This is useful for providing memorable moments. Okay, I know what you're saying. Let's have him do a stunt bump then. So next with Marty Scurll and Cody Rhodes. And I'm sure you're well aware, Cody, he does like a spectacle. So that's what we're going to give him. The aim of the match is to get the fans engrossed in a story-driven match. The workers will emphasize playing to the audience and using their psychology to add drama. So that's what we're going to do. However, I was going to put Cody over and now I'm not so sure. If I know Marty Scurll needs to go over, especially if I'm starting this whole British invasion. Yeah. My idea of this faction is going to be strengthened by having outside interference from Kip Sabian. Trying to give that young lad from Norfolk the rub. Cody's furious at the booking of this match, has complained loudly that he wants it changed. Cody, I thought you were all about the brand, wanting AEW to get over. I'm surprised. I'm shocked and appalled. Now, the first title match is quite an easy one because I'm going to have Nyla Rose win. I think she has a bit more upside in the part of the game where you can check hot prospects and all that stuff. She appears to be one. So I would say Nyla Rose in quite a dominant performance. After that, I have a bit of an exhibition match, which is a storyline that has been sort of running, but not, in bits and pieces here and there. Which is this four-way between Adam Page, Angelico, MJF and Shawn Spears. It started out as a three-way between these two and him, but Angelico's performances on Dynamite propelled him into it. I couldn't really keep him off. And I'm almost compelled to have him win as well, but I haven't put enough shine on MJF, so I do want him to pick up the victory. So there's no tag title match available because of Frankie Kazarian's injury, but a way around that, I think I've saved it slightly, is to maybe, instead of having the Butcher and the Blade face off against Private Party as champions, is to have the Butcher and the Blade face Private Party on the pay-per-view in a new number one contenders match-ish. I'm going to go with the plan and have Private Party beat the Butcher and the Blade. I think that's for the best. And then on Dynamite we can have the tag match. It's fine. Or well, not on next week's Dynamite because Frankie's out for like a month. To many, this is the main event. So because of recent events, Orange Cassidy won't be going over Pac. However, he will still be booked very, very strong. And I can do that. Let's have it be a storytelling match. Because I think we can tell a good story. We can, all right? I think this would be brilliant. And because as well, like I think even on the first show I had Orange Cassidy B Pac, so it's told a 2-month story. And we can have Orange Cassidy kept strong. And then we have your main event, Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho. And I have decided this match can be like an hour. This can be super long. I'll tinker with it in a second. But this, well, Kenny Omega will be your new AEW World Champion. Because he's very good. And it's different to real life. And that's the main reason I'm doing it. The aim of the match is epic. Kenny Omega to be the victor. Chris Jericho to lose. Kenny Omega should be attacked by Jake Hager. Yeah. So he's going to be... Kenny's going to be up against it, but he's still going to pull it out of the bag. World title. So on and so forth. Yeah. Chris Jericho is very unhappy with the booking of this match and wants you to change it. No, I will not, Chris. It is a very match-heavy show, so I want to add a couple of angles. So, we're going to have a post-match beatdown of Cody Rhodes. Let me see here. 1v1. No, I'm looking for like the whole group. Look for... Oh, here we go. 3-on-1. A worker who has just won is celebrating. Well, no, he's not celebrating. Unless, are you telling me I'm going to have to put Cody as the victor? I'm going to clone that angle anyway. Post-match attack. And I'm going to have a 4-on-1 attack. A worker who has just won is celebrating when 4 workers run in and sneak attack him. So let's do that. Because we are going to debut... What's this? Oh, it's turn. Yes, whatever. We're going to have debut Tyler Bate. Does that mean I'm going to have Cody win? I don't really want to do that. But I'm not sure how to do it otherwise. That's a shame. If everyone will be happier about it, then you know, so be it. It's just wrestling, isn't it? It's just a bit of a laugh. Calm down. So I think I have my Revolution card booked. It's just over 3 hours. I have 4, so it's fine. Start off with the main event being hyped. Then you've Santana and Ortiz and the Bucks. The Bucks are going over. Then you have the sort of number 1 contenders for the women's title match. Shanna goes over. Darby Allin, John Moxley. Moxley goes over. Just thinking, is 19 minutes a bit long? Just take a couple off that. Moxley goes over. Moxley, in show respect, shakes Darby Allin's hand. Then you have Lucha Brothers, Jurassic Express. Jurassic Express celebrate after because they beat the Lucha Brothers. It's a big moment. Then you have Pac versus Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy's protected, but Pac wins. Then you have Nyla Rose winning the women's title. Then you have MJF winning that because I do need to focus on him for a bit. Private Party solidify themselves as the number 1 contenders for the tag team titles. Cody getting ready. Marty Scurll versus Cody. Cody wins, but then is attacked by the group. God, I can't remember their name. Then a spectacular Jericho entrance. He's being all showy. Then you have Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho in this massive epic match. But Omega wins. Jericho is being too flashy. Omega celebrates. We go off happy, happy, happy. I'm just wondering, do I have too many baby faces going over? I want Santana and Ortiz to win. So I think I'm going to change that. And I know for a fact that Nick Jackson is going to kick off. So watch this. Santana to be victor, Matt Jackson to lose. Here we go. Oh, Matt Jackson is furious. All right, is Matt Jackson purely furious? Because I only picked him to lose because I thought his brother would kick off. So let's have Nick Jackson be the loser. And just see if that changes anything. Save. Jesus. Sorry, Nick, but it's going to happen. Okay, then. Let's run AEW. Hang on. I'll edit that part out, column. And take 2. Let's run AEW Revolution. No take-backs. B-, announcing the main event. Excellent. Off to a good start. C for Santana, Ortiz and the Young Bucks. Again, good stuff. D- for this. I'm actually... Oh God, in a bout that had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Got a D- though. I'm actually quite happy with that. Good. Good stuff. D+. I was expecting way more from this. In a bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. So what was the issue? The match got the crowd buzzing. The crowd clearly didn't like the overbooked nature of the match. John Moxley, Sean. Okay. That's actually quite a shame. Thought that would do better. But, okay. We move on. Well, if the match didn't get any higher, then the handshake wasn't exactly going to blow the world away, but fair enough. C-. Good. In about that had decent wrestling, but little heat. Jurassic Express defeated Lucha Brothers. Rey Fenix carried the match in terms of in-ring performance. Luchasaurus was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone else's in-ring performances. That was even when I had him as a protected. Fair enough. Alright, C-. I really should think about putting Rey Fenix maybe in a singles program. I'll consider it. But, good stuff. Happy with this. Well done, everyone. Here. What? Why? Jungle Boy got a bonus for high morale and got a bonus for good momentum. Why was this? Monsters. I don't really know who he's rating it. What is the rating based? Whoever rates it, you are a monster. Oh my God, this is exceptional. C- for Pac versus Orange Cassidy. Brilliant. And about that, a decent wrestling, but not much heat. Don't care. Very happy with that. God almighty. Pac put an in-ring performance of B, and Orange Cassidy E+. Either way, very happy with the end of this storyline. Good job. Well done, lads. D- for the women's title match, and about that had subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Nyla Rose defeated Penelope Ford and Riho. Okay. I mean, it's much better than some of the women's matches, the ratings they were getting at the start of my tenure. So I'm happy that there's progression. It may not be as... I don't know. It may not be as great as it should be, but it's getting there. It's going the right direction. So I'm quite happy with that. Well done, Nyla Rose. And Riho and Penelope Ford as well. Good stuff for a throwaway match. A C. In about that, a decent wrestling but little heat. MJF defeated Adam Page and all the lads. Angelico carried the match in terms of in-ring performance. What did Angelico see? I mean, carried. I feel like everyone put in a shift, but fair enough. Adam Page is not suited to his gimmick. This is, if you've been following along, this is shown up a couple of times. And I'm fighting against it, but maybe I shouldn't. D+. Okay, Butcher and the Blade and Private Party. Fine. I mean, it was a throw. It was the best we could do on such short notice. To be fair, Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy put in a stellar performance. Now, that could have been the Butcher and the Blade's lower grades. Could be because... if I can find it here, I had set the match to contain high spots, so maybe they, I suppose, like they're not suited to it, so that's where they'd fall down there. But it's all right, it's okay. Private Party did well, so good stuff. Oh, the Blade. I think that I'd be better off without the Bunny as my manager. I'm not. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Cody getting ready. Cody walking gets a C. You know, I should just have a whole 3 hours of that. Great. Marty Scurll and Cody Rhodes got a C. That's good. Because their matches in the build-up have been kind of D's and D+. So that's really, really positive. Good stuff. Well done, lads. Okay, the Alliance formation didn't do quite as well, which is a shame. It's got an initial rating of very... Oh, hang on. What was the issue? Kip Sabian. Kip Sabian was the issue. All right. Well, he can be the fall guy for the teams. It's fine. But let's build him up. Let's build him up. Chris Jericho, spectacular, over the top entrance, B+. Thank you, Chris. Count on you, even though you're kicking off about Kenny Omega, but you know, back in your box. The match got a B in an exceptional match. Kenny Omega defeated Jericho. Swan is a fourth. Yeah, there was a run-in. Kenny Omega wins the AEW World title. And the celebration got a B-. So, happy enough. I think that was a decent show. See what it got. A B-. That's kind of where I've found my region. But it's been positive. Look at that. Look how the show ended. I think that's quite good. Couple of dips, but overall, pretty solid. So I'm going to make a speech. And let's celebrate. Okay, if you are preparing to give a speech to the locker room after AEW Revolution, during the speech you can focus on up to 3 workers who took part in the show, offering them specific praise or criticism. How the worker responds will depend on his or her personality, as well as any recent previous praise or criticism that you have used. Usually it will take at least 2 or 3 speeches to see a morale change or new relationship. Note that the speech will also affect your own image, so be careful how you act. Well, what can I do? So give some encouragement, point it out as a good example, compliment it on a good performance. Right, I'm going to compliment Jericho on a good performance because I want to try and keep him sweet. Give Nyla Rose a hug. Very happy. I'm going to give Darby Allin some encouragement. Because I want him to remain positive, and he's be on the right track for where his career is going to take him. Chris Jericho seemed pleased. He did, didn't he? Nyla Rose seemed pleased. Darby Allin seemed pleased. I too am pleased. So let's see what the fallout is. We have a couple of emails waiting for us. Need to delete a lot of these because they're old. Let's start here. So the pay-per-view buy rate is less than 0.01. Okay. AEW Revolution got a 0.47 TV rating. How does that work if it's whatever. John Moxley opinion. Tyler Bate is a star in the making. The kid could make us some serious money in the future. Good. The AEW contract of Marcus Stunt is up for renewal. I've offered him a contract, haven't I? Zack Sabre Jr. So there's been a lot of jiggery-pokery with that. Oh, shit. Pentagon Jr. has handed in his notice as he is unhappy with AEW. He now has 7 days remaining with the company. Balls. Jungle Boy complaint. Huh? Jungle Boy is unhappy with the push you're giving him. He thinks it should be better. What? What's his push on here? A mid-carder is Jungle Boy. Well, I suppose I can put... Yeah, alright. I half-ish see the Jungle Boy thing. So I'll change that. No, Penta. No. Anyway, I can talk him around. What if I give him a bonus? I don't want to give him a bonus and then he'll piss off though. So I'm just going to give him a bonus. Yeah, I'll give him a bonus of $1,000. I don't know if that'll help him or if he'll still be like, yeah, I'm still leaving the company. Let's see. Are you sure you wish to give him $1,000? Yes. Is he just going to run off with my money now? I mean, fair play to him if he is. That's quite good. Yeah, Penta has already made it clear that he will be leaving when the current deal expires. Balls. Whilst Pentagon Jr.'s departure is quite hard to take, really upsetting actually. AEW Revolution, as you can see here, it was held last night at the Rabobank Arena. The feedback has been great and it has drawn a lot of praise. So overall, quite happy with that. A very positive first pay-per-view from AEW, my one of them. If you like this video, please like this video and give it a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. Also, let me know in the comments if you want to see more AEW on TEW or WWE or Impact or ROH or whatever it is. But most importantly, please subscribe and then hit the bell so you'll be notified of all future uploads and live streams and all that type of stuff. Thank you very much for watching. You are a star.